Hi everyone, welcome to Live Blogger. In this video, I'll show you how to install WordPress on your own web server. So let's get started. There are mainly two ways of installing WordPress on a web server. I'll show you both of them. One of them will be a one-click installation or an easy installation, and the other will be a manual installation of WordPress. I'll be using HostGator as the hosting provider, and the other hosting services will also have almost the same interface and options. So first of all, let's start with the easy method of installing WordPress. Most of the hosting providers have one-click installation for WordPress. Just check if you have the option of one-click installation. If you do, just go ahead and install it right away. Here I am using cpanel as the control panel of my server. So we can use an app installer in cpanel to install WordPress. So here we can see we have the Softaculous apps installer. So just go ahead and click on it. Now you can search for whatever you want over here and install those applications. So here we can see WordPress is displayed right here, and we have other options as well. If you don't find WordPress over here, you can just search for WordPress here, and you can select WordPress from here. So now just go ahead and click on WordPress, and then click on Install Now. And we have to fill in some details over here. We can select the version of the WordPress that we want to install. So we'll install the latest version, and then we have to select the domain where we want to install WordPress. So I'll be installing WordPress in my subdomain test.gtcoding.net. And just remove this WP from here because we want to install WordPress in the root directory. Alright, then we have to give the site name. So we'll just change this to Live Blogger, and we'll keep the site description as my WordPress blog. And then you have to give the admin username and password. So we'll set the admin username as admin, and for the password we will set something easy for us to remember. So we'll type admin star 123123. Now you should obviously create a better password for your production website, but right now we are just testing it, so I'll just put this password. Or you can also use this button over here to generate a random password, and then copy and paste it to some text document, and then you can use it. But I'll just leave it as admin star 123123. Alright, so we will leave the email as it is, and then we have the option of selecting the language. Alright, that's basically it with the details. Now just click on install, and here we can see WordPress is being installed. And here we have the message, the software was installed successfully. So if you want to see the website, you can just go to the URL, and here we can see our WordPress website. We have this title and the site description over here. So that's basically how you install WordPress with an app installer. This is the easy method of installing WordPress. Some hosting providers also have a button which just says install WordPress, and it will do everything for you. So just check whether you have the one-click installation option before going with the manual installation. Now let me show you how to install WordPress manually on your web server. The first thing to do is download WordPress. So just go to wordpress.org and go over here and click on Get WordPress. And you can download the zip file for WordPress by clicking on this button. Now the next thing to do is create a database for WordPress. So just search for MySQL over here, and we can see MySQL databases. So just click on that, and here you have to give the name of your database. So we'll just name our database WordPress. You can name this anything you like. So just click on Create Database, and our database has been created. Just go back, and we can see the database over here. The next thing to do is create a user for our database. So just go down here and in the MySQL user section, add a new user, and give a username for your database over here. I'll just type test over here, and for the password we will type admin at 123. You should give a strong password for your user, but for now we just keep it simple, and then click on create user. Now our user has been created. Now just click on go back, and the last thing we need to do over here is to add the user to the database. So this is our user test, and this is our database. So just click on add, and then here you can manage the user privileges. So just click on all privileges and then click on make changes. So if you go back, we can see we have our database over here, and we have this user for the database. Now the next thing to do is go to the file manager. So just go to home, and we have the file manager right here. So just click on that. Now just go to where you want to install WordPress. So it is usually in the public_HTML folder, but I have to install it in a subdomain called test. So I have to go to this test directory. You can install your WordPress right here. Alright, so here we can see the directory is empty. Now the next thing to do is upload your WordPress files over here. So just click on upload, and you can drag and drop your files over here. So here's the WordPress zip file that I just downloaded. So just go ahead and drag and drop this over here. Now our upload is completed. So just close this out. Now if we click on reload, we can see we have this zip file over here. Now we don't want this zip file, we want to have all the files right over here. So what we'll do is we'll right click over here on the zip file and click on extract, and we'll extract it to the test folder. So click on extract files. So all these files have been extracted. Close it, and if we reload it, we can see we have this WordPress folder over here. But we don't want the folder, we want to have all the files in the root directory. So what you have to do is go inside the folder and select all the files, right click and move, and we'll select the test folder over here and click on move files. We'll go back one level, and here we can see all the files. Now just go ahead and delete the WordPress folder and also the zip file. Now the next thing to do is configure the config file of WordPress. So find this wp-config.sample file and click on that and click on edit, and click on edit over here, and here you have to fill in these details. So the database name, the username, and the password should be filled in right here. So let's go to our cpanel and let's go to the MySQL databases, and if you go down over here, we can see this is the name of our database. So we'll just copy this and paste it right here, and the username of our database is this right here. Copy this and paste it over here, and the password that we have given is admin at 123. Alright, now just click on save changes and close this tab. Now if you go to the URL of your website, we can see this WordPress installation screen. So just select your language and click on continue, and we can see these are the details that we need: the database name, database username, password, host, and so on. So just click on let's go, and then you have to provide these details over here. So just copy the WordPress database name, and we'll copy the username, and the password is admin at 123. Alright, we'll leave the rest as it is, and we'll click on submit, and it says alright, you have made it to this part of installation. WordPress can now communicate with your database, and if you're ready, you can start installation. So just click on run the installation, And here you have to give the details. So I just set the site title as live blogger, and for the username we will just type admin. For the password we will type admin at 123123 and confirm weak password. You should have a strong password over here. I'm just using this for explanation. Alright, so we'll give the email ID and then click on install WordPress, and we can see WordPress has been installed on our server. Now if you want, you can click on login and use the username and password, and click on login. And here's the dashboard of our website. You can visit your website by going to visit site over here, and this is our website. So this is basically how you install WordPress manually on your web server. So we have seen two methods of installing WordPress. One is the quick install, and the next is the manual install. I hope that now you will be able to install WordPress on your web server. So that's basically it for this video. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comments below, and click on the like button if you found this useful, and also subscribe to this channel to get the latest video updates. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a nice day.